Hi, this is Tim McLaughlin with a few minutes of Erie history. How does Oliver Hazard Perry's original flagship get from Erie, PA to Trenton, New Jersey in 1877? Well, many of you are familiar with the US BRIG Niagara, still sails out of Erie, PA. This was the relief flagship of Perry in the Battle of Lake Erie in 1813. His original flagship was the US BRIG Lawrence. Perry named it after his friend, Captain Lawrence, whose dying words were, "Don't give up the ship." You might remember that. Now, the Lawrence and Niagara were sister ships. They were built together, looked identical, sailed probably pretty close to the same. But now the story goes that at the Battle of Lake Erie, Perry's flagship Lawrence is rendered useless. 3/4 of the men were killed or wounded, but Perry still has a rowboat, and he still has some men to row it, and they rowed to the US BRIG Niagara. To make a long story short, this maneuver helps Perry win the Battle of Lake Erie. After the War of 1812 was over, the ships aren't immediately needed, and eventually they're just sunk in the little bay at Presque Isle in a state of preservation. You could do that. They're better under the water than in the ice around here, wooden ships. Now, you might be able to do that, sink them for, keep them underwater for about 5 years, but not 55 years. So let's fast forward to 1876. Now, some entrepreneurs raise the ship, take it to Philadelphia, where the 1876 Centennial Exhibition is going on. Here's where it gets a little interesting here. If you look up on the internet, the fate of the US BRIG Lawrence burns up in a fire at the exhibition. Gone, burns up. However, I found out it's not at the exhibition at all. It's down the street, across the street. It's not really a success. Nobody's looking at it. People don't believe it. It looks like a Hulk. They're trying to sell canes and baskets and chairs and souvenirs made out of the wood. Eventually, they go to free admission. It's not a success. After the show, it's sold at a sheriff's sale for $600 for rent. And that's about $18,000 in today's money. So I found an old newspaper clipping in an old book that I have, and it said the hulk of the Lawrence was taken to Trenton, New Jersey. So these people had bought it for $600. They're going to make it into more souvenirs, more chairs and walking canes and things. So this is how Oliver Hazard Perry, his historic flagship, the US BRIG Lawrence, unceremoniously is taken to New Jersey to be turned into more canes, baskets, chairs, picture frames, crosses, and cups.